So it's Clearly Reviews, and we're back with another live stream. And today, I just wanted to discuss some of the up and coming things that I have in store. Of course, if you've been following this page, then you see that I've been doing this tournament. And this tournament is basically me trying to actually see who has the best brand in Massachusetts. And the way that I'm going to do this is by having different brands enter into this tournament, and I'm going to be having their strains go up against each other. And I'm actually going to be seeing who truly has the best stuff in Massachusetts. So if you are interested in seeing this tournament, go check out the videos that I actually just released today. I have a few videos that I released today, 3 videos to be exact, and all of them are very interesting. I actually went very in depth on these strains and I was very critical. I was not holding back at all, and I was actually trying to be fully honest without hurting any feelings. But sometimes you hurt feelings just be by being honest. So if that is something that interests you, seeing those tournaments, definitely go check out my channel. I have a lot more to come though. And one of those things that I have coming is actually a top 10 stoner Christmas movies. This will be posted within the next couple days actually. I'm going to be doing all of the editing probably tonight, actually. I'm gonna try to get some of that done tonight so that I can make sure that I have this ready for everyone within the next few days so that it's actually ready to watch before Christmas. I um I want to have a lot more coming for the people though. I'm gonna be probably holding off on some of the up and coming events because some of the up and coming events are kind of more of those chatty events, those ones where it's gonna be more of those people who really aren't in it for the passion. But I'm definitely going to be having a lot better vlogs coming in the near future because I just got this thing. It's called a gimbal, and it's going to be able to help me record some really high level videos, so it's going to be dope. But shout out to the person in the chat. It's actually going very well. I have some fire Mac 1 that I'm going to be showing. I actually just took some videos of it. It's not posted on my Instagram account yet, but I would say right after I get done with this live stream, I will post it. I'm going to post a nice promo video and some really nice photos. I just took some really nice photos of it, but this Mac one's really nice, so it's definitely helping make this night go a lot better. I hope all's going well with everyone else though. I would say that I'm definitely interested in seeing what everyone's smoking on today. And I definitely I want to start doing more of a consistent day for my live streams. I think Sunday will be the day that I plan on doing, but I was not around for the past couple days, so I had to do it on Tuesday, which is very unfortunate because Tuesday is a very busy day for me. So I'm not going to be able to be here for too much longer. I definitely should go start getting some of the top 10 Christmas stoner Christmas movies list done, but yeah, I'm smoking some Super Lemon Cherry, very clean smoke. What brand is that from? The Super Lemon Cherry. I honestly I'm a fan of some lemon cherry gelatos, but honestly, most of them are very played out at this point because lemon cherry gelato is definitely the new Bubba Kush almost. Almost, it's something that is so popular that it's becoming watered down in ways. But I would say that there are still very good batches out there. What state do you get that in? Are you in Massachusetts? I would say definitely check out my Instagram because I tag a lot of really high level plugs on there. You can actually have a lot of access to some high level plugs. So if you are in Massachusetts, then I would say that is the smarter route to go instead of shopping with people who really don't have a brand, because as much as the brand kind of seems like a scam, it does actually show that the person is trying to make a name for themselves. They're trying to do it legally in some ways. So I would say that Of course, you can trust whoever the hell you want, but if I was you, I wouldn't trust just anyone. If someone's not putting it in bags, they're not taking it serious. I would be very worried if the person's not taking it serious too, because that means that they're not taking anything, any part of it serious, you know? But let's get to showing you guys some of this weed right here. This is actually from a dispensary in Massachusetts. This stuff right here is amazing. Oh shit, I did just break the nug, but if you guys are trying to see this nug before it's broken, check out my video that I'm going to be posting on my Instagram account. It's going to be posted probably in the next hour or so. I don't know if this is coming out good quality for you guys, but it's not looking good on my computer. I would say that this stuff right here is fire though. As you guys can see, it's grown beautifully. You guys really can't see a lot, but the nug structure from what you can see is crazy. This is some Mac 1 right here, and I'm loving this one. Right, I love Mac 1 in general, but this batch is definitely really good. I would say that I'm a big fan of it. I actually got it over at the Harbor House, and it's not from Harbor House. It's actually from a brand called Morning Dew, which this is the first time I've ever even heard of this brand, but very impressed by this. Very good first impression. Let me ask you this. If you were to have to explain to someone, what do you what do you what do you see when or let me reword this so it sounds better. When you're looking for PGRs, what do you look for when you are looking at a strain? Are you looking for the way it makes you feel? Does it make your skin feel itchy? Or are you looking for something that is visual? Are you looking for the way the nug looks when you are looking for PGRs? Because personally, I would say that the best way to know if a strain has PGRs, if you touch it, it's gonna start making you feel itchy as a motherfucker. It's just how it works. It's not good for your skin. It's not good for humans at all to consume. So if you start touching a strain, it starts making you sneeze, starts making you itch. That's a very, very high, or it's a very good sign that it's no good to be smoking. But I actually just had a strain that I had in my competition that I was actually getting that from. I was getting itchy from. It was very strange. It's interesting. A lot of people say that they've said that they've never had that feeling, and I guess I don't know. I could just it could be allergic reaction. It could be because I'm sensitive to some of this weird shit, but it's interesting how some people, I don't know. I think there's a lot there's a large community of people that will put stuff in their strains and they won't even have any effects from it. It won't make them feel any way. So it's in their brain they think that it's not bad. It's not gonna hurt anyone. But there's always that one person that has sensitive lung sensitive allergies or something, so when they need that clean weed, they need the cleanest of clean. If they smoke anything besides the cleanest of clean, it's going to be a problem. And that's one thing that I sadly have. It's annoying, to be honest, because it makes me have to search through all these different brands, have to go through all these different brands, and honestly, it's not easy. I mean, it's definitely not hard, but it's definitely not easy. But it's fun because I get to try all these different brands, and it also gives me a reason why I should be doing this YouTube shit. Honestly, the fact that I have the very weird taste buds, I have a very weird taste for weed, to say the least. I am not someone who is just like everyone else. I would say that I have a very similar preference though. So if I was to be rating a strain, I know what people like. I know exactly what the market is looking for because I just have experience with different consumers in different ways. No, I know for a fact it's PGRs. I have dealt with a lot of very low budget strains. Let me think of a way to say this. I've been in the room with a lot of very low budget strains. I've had the luxury almost to see that there is a lot of these packs that people are getting that are just straight CBDs, and people are telling them that it's weed. There's a lot of sketchy games going on the black market side. So I definitely know for a fact that these strains that will make your skin itchy, they'll make you feel itchy, they'll make your throat itchy and all that. And I've seen it a lot of times. People might not even notice it, but I see people, they'll be like itching their throat and stuff after they're smoking, and or they'll be just coughing crazy. And I'm like, you are smoking some bullshit right now. And you don't even notice it, that people are only smoking it because they want to save a little bit of change and shit. It's very dumb because if you really do invest into your weed, if you spend a little bit of extra dough, you're going to be able to smoke a lot less and you're going to get a lot higher. Doesn't make sense though, because a lot of people will buy some stuff that is clearly just not clean at all, but they won't be able to let it buy won't be able to accept it. They won't be able to accept that it's not clean. I personally was doing that for a long time. I was the one that was smoking all those backpack boy shits, smoking stuff just because of the bag, to be honest. I was really into the whole design game and I love the art behind it. It's very dope, but you have to understand, if people are investing this much money into a disguise for the weed, what do you think is going to be inside that package weed? Do you think that they're going to be putting a lot of love into that plant? Do you think that they're going to be really trying to go the extra steps to make sure that it's the cleanest of clean? I would assume not. No, they're not. They're going to be putting all types of chemicals in there to make it smell like candy, all this weird shit. So, it's definitely interesting. I would say that there is a lot of signs for being able to tell if a strain has PGRs in it. The one way that I personally love to tell is just by either smelling it, and I'll just sneeze right away. And let me use this for a good example. If you look at the First Smoke of the Day podcast, they'll have some guests on there, and the guy Pack Gods, I'm not too sure what his real name is. He'll sneeze sometimes when he's smelling some of these strains, and I can see it. He. It's, of course, there's no reason for him to sneeze right after smelling a strain besides the fact that if he was allergic to it. It's there's a lot of these weird strains that people are putting very strange stuff on. Not just sprayed terps, they're putting a lot of weird stuff on to make it way more all these weird shit. Back in the day, actually, I would say that they're probably not doing that anymore, but back when I first started buying weed, there was people that were literally drowned in the weed in like lemon juice to make it smell like lemons and make it way more. It was the weirdest, sketchiest game if you're buying on the black market. But realistically, I would say that the black market is getting a lot cleaner. I would say that brands like Doja, brands like Tenko, brands like, they're not popping in my brain immediately, but there's a lot of brands on the black market that are really doing some high level stuff. They're even doing better stuff than some of these legal businesses. So I would say that realistically, well, I mean, they are working with some legal growers, so it would make sense. But I would say that there's definitely going to be some really high level stuff coming in the near future. I'm really excited for the future of cannabis, to be honest, because I really do think that there is going to be a death of the straight candy strains, but there's going to be a rebirth of all that candy gas. There's going to be everyone looking for that candy gas, and it's going to be really dope. I've never heard of that, to be honest. Is that a brand? I would love to have access to some really high level sun grown weed. If there's anyone that has like some really high level sun grown weed, I'd love to check it out. But most of it is trash, to be honest. Most of it is people that won't accept the fact that they're not growing the best stuff, but they just like smoking it. So they keep growing the same stuff and they don't like to improve. But there is some really, really high level stuff grown in the sun if you just do it the right way. I think the highest level weed is actually grown in the sun because it's naturally getting everything it needs. You're not going to be able to grow something to its fullest under a light. It just doesn't make sense, you know? So you will be able to get some really high level looking weed. It's gonna look really pretty under a light, but if you want to get some stuff that's gonna put you in a coffin, if it's gonna or it's gonna really slap you upside the head, it's gonna have to be grown under the sun because that's where it's gonna really get its strength from. It's gonna get all of its nutrients and it's gonna really be able to show you what real weed is. But I've honestly only experienced that once. I've had some really high level sun grown flower from cookies, and it was the Georgia pie, and it was insanely good. To be honest, that stuff it it was slapping. To be honest, what are you growing right now? What was this year's harvest? I'm definitely interested to hear what people. What state are you from too? I'm definitely interested to hear what people are liking in different states. I know that right now, Massachusetts, where I'm at, people really well, the black market people only want lemon cherry gelato, but the legal market, I would say that people are very picky and choosy. I don't think people really know what they want at all, and that's why I think that brands need to be better with marketing strains that they personally smoke themselves. I think that people need to start showing the consumers that they're not smoking the stuff that they're selling. They're not. They're selling stuff that is very profitable. And if they start changing up the prices on some of the stuff that they personally smoke themselves, they could actually make a whole new market. I know there is a huge market for the small batch stuff right now, but people really don't even know about the value of stuff that comes in a small batch. They really don't even know the value of stuff that gets grown in just a smaller room. They think that it's all about the numbers, but it's not about numbers. It's not about THC. It's not about all that weird shit. It's all about who is growing your weed. You need to know who's growing your stuff. If you don't know who's growing it, then you're fucked, to say the least. I would say that if you just are grabbing it from the best brand that you think is the hype brand right now, you're fucked because if you're getting it from someone that's just trying to take shortcuts, they're not gonna be able to get it to that level that is really gonna be satisfying. If you're spending $50, $60 on an eighth, you want this stuff to be grown by someone that really is caring for their flower, really caring about what they're growing, you know? But I'm gonna smoke some weed. I feel like I'm kind of ranting a little bit too much. I definitely I want to schedule these lives out more so that I'm doing this more consistently, but I never know what time to do it. It's very strange. I always do it at a very dumb time and I'll get like two or three people in max, but then there'll be some times that I'll be able to do it and I'll get like 10 people. So I'm trying to start targeting those times where I'll at least get 10 people so I can make it a little bit more worth it. I'm sorry, I didn't read these before. I did a pheno hunt about 20 strains. But I focused on it. So Runts, you think Runts is taking over out there too? That's interesting. I think Runts is the hottest thing on the market. I think that there isn't anything else that really competes with Runts on the taste, look, smell, and high. It checks off all of four boxes that really matter to the consumer. So it's going to be a hard one to beat. I do think that there is going to be a change though. I do see different strains getting mixed, even runts getting mixed with different strains that will kind of make the want for runts a little bit less and less and less and less over time. And it's gonna make runts and lemon cherry gelato that new Bubba Kush that maybe will make a comeback one day, but it's gonna be some time before people really want it again. It's just getting played out and you can only do it for too long for so long. Yeah, honestly, I think that Runt is one of those strains you kind of have to have the different weird fertilizers and all that nonsense if you want it to come out any type of good because Runtz is an interesting strain. I'm not a grower myself, so I'm not too sure what strain grows better than the other one or any of that, to be honest. But from what I've heard, Runtz is just an interesting strain to grow. I want to get into growing though. I really want to because, as you guys can probably see, I'm very interested in all of this shit. So I do believe that I would become a very good grower. I just don't want to be growing stuff that is shitty because I know I'm gonna end up just throwing it away. I'm not gonna want to smoke it if it's not good. Oh, that leads me to say actually, let me show you guys some of this weed right here. Stuff's pretty good actually. I got it from a grower in Massachusetts. This grower is called Teaming Up with Terps, and this is definitely a very high level grower. They have a lot of really good seeds on deck too. So if you guys are interested in getting seeds, tap in with the Instagram Teaming Up with Terps. But as you guys can see, the nug structure on it is beautiful. This one is the Old Dirty Biker, and it's definitely a very interesting strain. I would say that this one is not for everyone. It's definitely not for everyone, to say the least. I would say that maybe not even be for me. I'm not even the biggest fan of it, but I would say that I like it. It's something that I could smoke and I'm gonna enjoy. I got it for such a good price that it was worth it. It was definitely very worth it. But I would say that having access to these growers is something that I am just so happy about. And it's cool because I'm getting access to all these different growers through this Instagram that I have running right now. And I really am I'm excited for the future of all of this stuff that's going on, not just the YouTube, but stuff that I have planned that I haven't yet discussed yet. There's a lot of stuff that I will jump the gun about, but I have some stuff in store. I've always got an ace up my sleeve, as you guys know. That's one thing I never am not busy. I think that you always have to stay busy because you're either busy or bored. That's the thing. In life, you're either busy or bored, and I would rather be busy. 10 times out of 10, I'd rather be busy. Even if I'm on my deathbed, even if I'm sick as hell, I'm gonna try to stay busy. I'm gonna try to do something because just sitting there, just being, you know what I mean, being in your head too much, it can be your own worst enemy. But I don't even know how I went on that random little rant right there. But I guess that's what happens when you're live streaming. You just start talking about whatever's on your brain at the moment. That's a cool thing I like about live streaming though is I don't really have to talk about anything. I know that it's not going to be the smartest route to go because it's not going to be able to get everyone to watch. But hey, I don't want everyone to watch. I want the people who can relate to me to watch this. I don't really want the just the flies on the wall. I want to have the people who are actually going to interact and all that. Oh wow, you guys had an earthquake. Where the hell are you at? 6.4. I've never even been in an earthquake. I'm honestly let me say this. I'm very happy about this. I'm definitely looking forward to this. I'm trying to move to Florida in the near future. I feel like it might be good for the channel too because there's some very high level gas out in Florida right now. But one thing I'm not looking forward to is all the weird hurricanes and all that stuff. I'm out in Massachusetts, and the worst stuff we got to deal with is snow. We got to deal with that every year, but there's never really any storms. I've noticed that. I've always thought of that too. It's like I have some family that lives in Florida, and they're always in these weird storms, and they're just They seem like they're almost into it. You're in Humboldt? Wow. What the hell are you doing watching this channel? That's crazy. That's dope that there's someone from Humboldt watching this. That's really dope. I've really not I've have I let me say this. I'm like stuttering now because that's like surprising to me that there's someone from Humboldt. But I literally just learned about Humboldt kind of recently, and I've been just obsessed over it ever since I heard about this place. It's definitely a place that I probably will never visit, to be honest with you. Maybe in the future one day, but it's something that I'm very interested in. I really need to try some weed from out there. I probably have tried some bud out there because I've got stuff from all these different brands, but I've been hearing some good things about Jelly Wizard. I don't know if that's the right brand actually. That's the thing. I'm obsessed with this weed shit. I talk about this weed stuff all day, every day. Honestly, I don't know. I think that it's the future. It's definitely the future. Besides shrooms being the future, shrooms is the future, the past, future. It's everything. Shrooms is everything. But at the end of the day, weed is something that I do really feel strongly about. I feel like this could be something that I help a lot of people by spreading the message about this stuff. So I really am obsessed with this stuff, to be honest with you. So dope to have people from across the country watching my live stream, having a very good conversation, and this is dope. It's the heart of Emerald Triangle. I've I'm not too sure what Emerald Triangle is, if I'm being completely honest, but I've heard of it. That's one thing I've watched a bunch of stuff about Humboldt, but it's kind of weird stuff that they put out there, in my opinion. Wait, what do you put in the beds? The Emerald Triangle stuff into the beds? I probably sound very dumb right there because I know that Emerald Triangle is not. I'm pretty sure Emerald Triangle is like this area where all the weed grows the best. I don't want to say that because it also kind of doesn't sound right. I'm not gonna act like I'm like super educated on that area. I definitely have been watching a lot on it though. Mainly different like the burner episode where he went to Humboldt. I've watched that a few times, to be honest with you. I've watched that a few times just because the area and just the whole. Oh, you put shrooms in there. Wow, that's interesting. Do you know if that like makes it? What does that do? Putting the shrooms in the bed of the for the like around the weed. Does it grow with the weed? Because I always thought that shrooms like had to grow in the dark. That's why I store my shrooms in the dark. To be honest, I always thought that they had to stay in the dark at all times. But that could just be like a myth. Out in Humboldt, is it like the wild wild west almost still? Is it crazy out there, or is it just is that the way they make it seem? Do they make it seem like it's just so crazy out there? Because it's dope. When I watch the stuff that I watch, they say that the cops don't go out there. They say that it's basically just free. Everyone's free. It's basically like the the way life should be almost. But at the same time, there is people that go there and they do take advantage of it, which makes it get the bad light that it's in. Wow, that's interesting. Do you grow living soil too? I think you did mention that actually. I think you said that up before. Yeah, you said natural living soil, sun grown. Oh, so you grow your flower out in the sun too. That's dope. Humboldt is the I said Humboldt. Humboldt is the perfect area. See, that's how you can tell that Mac one just smacked me in the face. I just said Humboldt. I mixed you saying sun grown and Humboldt together. Crazy. But what's it called? Humboldt is apparently like the perfect area to grow. I was watching that when it was the marijuana mania episode where they went to Humboldt and they were like talking about how they had this higher elevated area one of the growers did, and it was the perfect area, he said, for growing weed because it was right in the sun. It looked dope. The way he had it set up was crazy. I'm really interested in going out there, but I can't lie, it does kind of seem a little bit crazy. It does seem like I don't know. I would say if you don't disrespect people, they're probably not gonna fuck with you, but it does seem like there is kind of a crazy life out there. I don't know. I don't know how to say it properly without offending you, to be honest. It does seem like it is a little bit of a wild wild west to say the least. But it really does seem like it's perfect for someone like me because I'm not really someone who interacts with people much. I really just mind my business and I stay to myself for the most part, you know? So it would be dope to go out there, but they don't seem like they're really friendly with having just visitors, at least from what I've seen. How long have you been out in Humboldt? Has it been like your whole life almost? Or did you move out there because of weed? I definitely I want to start interviewing people actually too. So it'd be dope if you've been growing for a long period of time and you've ever wanted to sit down and do an interview, even just over Skype or whatever that thing's called. I'm not too aware of what the hell I think it's called, Discord actually. But if you want to do an interview, that would be dope. I have a lot of questions as you can see, and I'd prepare them a lot better so that I'm not sounding like an idiot as I do right now. I definitely don't sound too intelligent right now, but I definitely could prepare it well. I've always wanted to ask a lot of questions to someone that lives out in like an area like that where it's so free to have weed and just it's almost like where the world is going. I truly believe that a lot of the world is going towards that freedom of weed, freedom of shrooms, freedom of living natural and living freely, but kind of not as free out everywhere else. I would say that they're going more in that free mindset with some of the things though. But since 95 is dope, I definitely it's on my bucket list to at least go out there and visit, but it'd be cool to at least live out there for a while, help people on a grow or something if I ever do get nice with growing. I would love to actually learn how to grow the sun grown, but I would definitely have to learn before I go out there. So I'm not just a waste of space, you know? But that's one thing I'm really interested in is learning how to actually grow on a high enough level that I have people not only wanting the no wanting the stuff where it's something that I could put on a market, but it's something that I would have exclusively to a very small market of people that are really educated on it, you know? I definitely I agree with that. I think that it's I don't know. I think that there's always going to be a hunger for people. People are always going to want to have more and more, but I don't know. I would definitely love to. I'd love to come stop by. That'd be dope. I just am very nervous to go out there. I cannot lie. And right now, I can't even leave the state because of court and all that nonsense. But once I get done with this case, I am going straight out to California. I have so many stops to go to. But let me ask you this: what do you think of the brand Jelly Wizard? I know that they come from Humboldt, and I've heard some good things about the brand. I've heard some good things from the First Smoke of the Day podcast, but I also heard some good things from this plug that is in Massachusetts. So definitely interested. Yeah, I can imagine it is super hard on the smaller growers. But that's the thing. I don't really think that I'm ever gonna just be one thing. I'm the type of person that I love to stay busy, so always I would love to always have a grow going as as just like a project. I think it's something that I would have as just something to keep me busy. But I have interesting goals. I actually posted a video on my channel. It's the reason why I started a YouTube, and the actual reason why I started this is because at first I at first I did this martial arts stuff where I wanted to learn how to be able to do my own stunts because my main goal is being an actor, and by doing the martial arts stuff I was being able to not just learn how to do my own stunts, but if you can do some flashy moves with the martial arts stuff, then you're going to be able to get some interesting roles. You're going to be able to get roles that are not just for doing your own stunts, but you're going to be able to be your own main actor in some things if you can do flashy enough stuff. So I had that plan, and I also was thinking I'm gonna have to be able to be good on camera. That's something that I had a very I don't know. I was definitely very nervous on camera at first, so I started a YouTube channel. I started a YouTube channel with something that I knew I'd be comfortable with and something that I could also not have a crazy judgmental crowd of people watching it. But I definitely I'm starting to get comfortable with this stuff, and I'm definitely I don't know. I would say that it's all a work in progress, but one day I truly believe I will be able to accomplish it. Hey, what's up, bro? I don't know if you've seen my last comment. I commented telling you that I could help you with showing you about the Instagram shit, showing you exactly how to do the multiple photos and whatnot because it would be dope to have more people in this area doing all this cannabis stuff, posting different stuff, posting their opinions, because I would love to form a crew that could help me with these tournaments that I'm doing. Help me with like the tournaments by judging it and everything. You get free weed by doing it, and you get to judge it. It'd be dope. But it's a work in progress. It's gonna be something I'm gonna be doing in the future. But yeah, bro. With the acting, I would love to be able to in the future direct my own movies where I have the movies stoner related, kind of similar to what Seth Rogen's doing, but more of a action spin on it, where it's martial arts based and stuff along those lines. But I don't want to give away too much. Exactly, bro. People really need to start helping the people really know exactly what the good stuff is. And I definitely I feel like there's not a lot of people in the Massachusetts market right now who really have a very good idea of exactly how to explain what the stuff is. So I definitely think that having more voices out here will help narrow it down of exactly what exactly is the quality. It will help people see what the similarities are from all these different voices, and they can see exactly what to look for. But you're on the right track, my brother. I appreciate that, bro. I definitely appreciate it. I know that every day is a work in progress. Realistically, you have to spend each day and really focus in on the stuff that you're doing wrong, because sometimes let me say this, sometimes your best role model is what not to do, and you can be that role model sometimes for yourself. You can show yourself exactly what not to do by using every loss that comes upon you as a lesson. There's only wins and lessons, and I probably sound like a fucking broken record saying this every single time I come on live, but it's true. Yeah, no bullshit. I need to go get some sugar because my blood is low as hell right now, and I've been on here for 40 minutes. I thought I was only going to be on here for like 20 minutes. I appreciate y'all. Much love, and I will see you guys soon. I'm going to try to do a live very soon, but much love to everyone.